Hey y'all, and thank y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of Talk About It Thursday here on the Journey Podcast, where I am your host, Kiara. I hope that you all are having an amazing week. I hope this week has been easy for you all. And yeah, so it's good to see y'all for sure. Today's Talk About It Thursday. Just a little recap over Sunday's episode. We were talking about triggers. Um, and I thought that was really good. Triggers are really something we got to deal with, something that we have to confront and nip in the bud, heal from, grow from, so forth and so on. So, if you guys were not able to tune into that episode, please, please, please go look at it. But yeah. And so we're gonna go ahead and get into this week's episode. I have a really busy week this week, but I'm looking forward to all the things. Yeah. So anyways, tonight well today today what we're talking about, we're moving forward. We're gonna keep moving, guys. We do not want to stay stagnant at all, for any reason. And so, moving forward, um, we're going to talk about who you're becoming. So, who you're becoming matters first. Let's say this: who you're becoming matters way more. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit all over the place. Let me say this about Sunday's episode. About Sunday's episode, guys, talk to your children, talk to your loved ones. It's not just your loved ones, not just the people that you're involved with that are adults, but talk to your children about your triggers. Let them know why you respond the way you respond to certain things, or why your thought processes are what they are, because sometimes we come out really hard on our kids and they don't understand why, and they just think like, wow, mom or dad is really mean, and they don't see the why. So have those conversations with your loved ones, especially your children, or children that look up to you. If you don't have children, your nieces and nephews and things like that, people that just admire, children that admire you, because it's important just to kind of let them know, like, this is why I am the way I am. This is why I'm so nice. Maybe I didn't have somebody that was as nice as me in my life when I was little, and that's why I am the way I am, and blah, blah, blah. Moving forward. Just wanted to drop that in there because I feel like that is that's good. Anyways, so back to moving forward. Who you're becoming is way more important than who you've been all along. As we are being made new, mentally, emotionally, and physically, I guess if you're in the gym, whatever journey you're on, I guess that counts for something. But here we are being made new, and we have to value this new person. So we have to value the stage of becoming, and we have to not take for granted that we are becoming. So we have to give ourselves some grace. And oftentimes I think I'll sit here and I'll think, and I'm like, man, I'm behind. I should have been, 10 years ahead, or I should have started 10 years before, or whatever the case may be. And your timeline is your timeline. And what I've been learning so far in this journey is everything happens intentionally. God is so intentional in our lives. And so a lot of the things that happen, you're like, man, if I didn't do this and if I didn't do that, if you didn't do all the things that you did do, you wouldn't be where you are now, where you're looking at yourself like, wow, I need to level up. But you also wouldn't have had some of the tools that you've possessed in the time that you've done. You've made the bad decisions, or so you never would have come to this aha moment where it's like, okay, I got this is really what I want to do. I mean, and then you got to think about it. You didn't know. So we got to give ourselves some grace. We're not giving excuses, but we're giving grace. That's good. And so we're not making excuses for who we are. However, we're taking accountability for why we are where we are, and we are gonna move forward. We're just gonna move forward. We're gonna forgive ourselves, because we talk about forgiveness a lot. I feel like I talk about forgiveness a lot, but sometimes the most important person that needs to be forgiven is ourselves. And so, we're so hard on ourselves because we critique ourselves like, oh my God, I should have been doing this, I should have been doing that, I should have been here, or whatever the case may be. You should be exactly where you are. God has you exactly where He wants you, in a place where you're vulnerable, where um, you're more receptive of His love and of His and having the faith that He wants you to have in Him, just to believe that He's gonna move the way that He's supposed to move in your life. And so here you are. You had to go through what you went through for you to be where you are today. And um and when I say that, I'm saying in a way, in a sense where you're realizing that you are nothing without God. You're nothing. I mean, you're not able to move forward without building the faith that you've built, because you've been put in so many positions, so many positions where you ain't had no choice. Back up against the wall. Man, what am I gonna do? I gotta trust God. And so I feel like if you weren't in that, sometimes some of us, if we had never gotten put in that position, we probably never would have trusted Him the way that we do today. And so, God is good. I like that. But yeah, that's that part for sure. So always remember, who you're becoming is much better than who you are. I feel like sometimes we get so comfortable, that we get stuck in comfort and we neglect the desire to be in alignment. Alignment versus comfort. What does that look like? So here I am, because I don't have to explain this new version of myself to anybody if I just continue to do the old things that I used to do. However, I have come to a realization that those things aren't working for me anymore. And so you're comfortable being that version of yourself because you, one, don't have to become familiar with anybody else. And you also don't have to explain to someone else why you're not the way you are anymore, why you don't gossip anymore. Why you don't why you're not a hothead anymore, why you don't respond the way you used to respond anymore. You don't have to explain that if you just continue being that person. And so not only is um not only is the battle mentally that um this new version of yourself is foreign to others, but it's foreign to you. And a lot of people don't even realize, like, I'm trying to be a better version of myself. And so they give you a hard time and make you feel bad for wanting to be better. And it's just like, and that is, guys, that's where we find ourselves having to rid ourselves um of connections that are unhealthy, um, connections that no longer serve us. As I'm not saying that, oh, they never were my friend, blah blah, or I never should have been. No, they are a part of your path. They're a part of your journey. They were an encounter that had to happen for you to get to where you are, where you realized, hey, you know what? This is not what I want for myself. I want better for myself. When you look around you and you see everyone in the same boat and you're like, man, all of us are like this. Somebody got to get up out the boat. Somebody got to get up. Get up. Are you getting up today? Cause yeah, somebody got to get up. But and when you're that one to get up and you're chosen, it's hard to be chosen. I was just talking the other day about the struggles of being chosen, because here you are, God called you. And I'm not saying others are not called. I'm not saying that, but sometimes some people just hit a little louder. Some people got a little. Some people are a little more favored. A little more. And so, it's hard because you have to be that person, and people, because your light is different, because your drive is different, because you're just different. People don't like you. And so that's another struggle is that you got to deal with. And sometimes it's like, okay, well, you know what? To avoid having to deal with the discomfort of me growing, me evolving, me being the better version of myself. Because I have to explain. You don't owe anybody an explanation. That's number one. You do not owe you don't even owe the old version of yourself an explanation. You don't owe yourself an explanation. Why do I want to be different? Why do I want to be better? Cause I want to. I don't gotta explain that to you. Why you don't talk to me no more? Because your conversation is just always negative. I was talking to my mom on the phone, and she was saying how she changed her mind about the conversations that she want to have, the things that she would like to be engaged with. And so she was like, I just don't even I have no desire, since I've been making these positive affirmations, I have no desire to be in that same boat. I want to be better. I want to get out of that boat. And so while we were talking, she kind of caught herself, and that, guys, is so important. When you are able to catch yourself in the midst of being that old version of yourself, celebrate that. I didn't do it. I ain't said that. I ain't gossip. and so And celebrate that. Those small wins are wins. It's no, I don't even like to say that. So there's no such thing as small wins. A win is a win, to me. That's what I like to say. A win is a win, no matter how big, no matter how small. A win is a win. Celebrate it. Push yourself through this evolution of you. Insert your name here. Push yourself through the elevation of Kiera, because that's my name. I hope you said your name. So, yeah, you gotta celebrate stuff. You gotta be proud of yourself. Be proud of the fact that you started, and keep on being proud of the fact that you got an action plan. You're making things, you're making things happen. Celebrate those things. Whatever it is, whatever a celebration looks like to you, whether it's just a little pat on the back, a little drinky drink, just a little sip. You don't have to. We do not drink to get drunk. We do not drink to get drunk. A little celebration. However you celebrate, buy yourself something. Reward yourself for making progress, for taking the steps. Um a short little pause, guys. These are our elves here, Snowball and Stevie. They have been at our house for a little minute now, and so yeah, I gotta share. I haven't shared on social media that they were here. But they've been here. We've been living in the moment and enjoying the moment. And that's another thing. We're gonna jump right back into it. That's another thing. Social media. Stop allowing social media to write your timeline of growth. Just because you see somebody else evolving, how they're evolving, their journey is not your journey. My journey is not your journey. You don't know what people have to do to get to where they are. And that's in any aspect. That's whether they're having their own business, whether they're married, whether they have their kids, or whatever the case may be. Whatever their journey is, it's not yours, it's theirs. It's just that. It's their journey. And so stop measuring your timeline based off of the timeline of others on your timeline. Social media can be so detrimental to one's mental health if you do not have in your mind that I am who I am because that's who God made me. And I'm not social media Sam, or I'm not Instagram model, whatever, whoever is the Instagram model, y'all. You ain't them, and they not you. You do not know. Sometimes some of these pictures are literally just that, a picture. It's nothing more than that. Sometimes the things that you see on social media are just that, things that you're going to see on social media. They're not even real. Some of these people don't even live these lives. Taking a picture by a car that does not even belong to them. Saying, oh, matter of fact, I read this post saying, I wrote on my resume that I went to Harvard, and when I was at the interview, the interviewer said, "Hey, I see that you went to Harvard." And the person responsible was, "Yeah, for my cousin, for my cousin graduation." And they didn't say that out loud, but they said it in their head. So now here you are. This person is thinking that they have this prestige individual in front of them that went to Harvard and, experienced schooling at Harvard and, may have graduated or whatever whole time. I just went to Harvard for a graduation. That's not to say I did not go to Harvard. I did go to Harvard. I ain't go to Harvard. What you think? But I'm gonna let you think what you think, what you want to think. I ain't clearing nothing up. And so that's a lot of people's mindset. Like they're not on social media lying. They did go and test drive that car, and so they were riding in it. And so it's not fake that they were riding in it. They really were, or they did rent that car on Turo, or they did have like whatever kind of moment real quick or whatever the case may be. You don't know at what expense they paid. Mm. And it's none of your business. And so that's why we don't ask, "Oh my God, this is how good you're doing so good." You don't know the struggles that people are going through with running their businesses. It might look good on the outside. "Oh man, this looks so good. They are doing so well." Whole time, you don't know that they have we ain't gonna get into that. Mm. Y'all, stop looking at what's going on in other people's lives and beating yourself up. You don't know what people are really going through behind closed doors. You don't know what struggles they're experiencing. And so, I myself sometimes I forget to post things on social media, which I'm trying to do better as far as content goes, but I forget to post things on social media because I am so busy enjoying my life for real. I don't post a lot of the things that I do, a lot of the things that I've experienced. I don't talk about on social media. Social media is not a reflection of my life. It's not a reflection of reflections. It's not a reflection of anything that I have, don't have, or whatever the case may be. It's literally just that. It's social media. It's nothing. I don't feel. I enjoy so much evolving in real life. It's been fun. And so and it's been comfortable. It's been comfortable not having other people in my space as I'm evolving. So I don't have to deal with the opinions of others. "Oh, why are you doing that? Oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing what made you do this? What made you do that?" I don't have to explain anything to anybody. Ain't nobody calling me asking me no questions because they don't know what's going on. And that's okay. I like that. It's okay. It's easier when you don't have people in your ear just, giving you their opinion on how you should live your life, on what evolution for you looks like in their eyes. You can't tell me what. You think God talked to you about me and not me? Like, eh? I don't know, guys. I feel like this Thursday is just like a really informal version um of the next steps because it's not like a specific topic. It's just like we're moving forward. We're gonna yeah. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move forward and um we're going to live in this moment. We're gonna enjoy this moment and take this moment for what it is as we're moving forward and we're evolving. And so whatever you have to do to get in alignment and to step out of your comfort zone, do it. It's time. We have gone long enough just comfortable. It's time to really live and it is time to really be free in the evolution of fill in the blank, your name, Kiera. Woohoo! And so, um, enjoy your evolution. Enjoy what's next for you. Unapologetically. Enjoy it. It's time for that. And as like I said, because this new version of you is foreign to others and yourself, while you're struggling with it, you shouldn't have to deal with the fact that somebody else is struggling with why you want to do better or why you're becoming who you're becoming. You shouldn't have to struggle with that. So people that are not in love with the fact that you um that you desire to be better, people that are not like, they just ain't feeling it or whatever the case may be, go ahead and do what you gotta do with them. Like, just let them go, and your people are gonna find you. The people that love this new version of you, they're gonna find you. They're gonna be drawn to you. They're gonna see you, and they're gonna know you, by your spirit, by your light, by your peace, by your grace. They're gonna know exactly that. They're gonna know that you are supposed to be in their circle, and they are going to nurture that. They're gonna nurture your becoming stage, and I guess that's gonna be a title, becoming. I like that. And so yeah, they're gonna be like, they're gonna be proud of you off top. Like, what? Look, you really getting it. They ain't gonna even know where you came from, but they're gonna see you because your light's gonna continue to shine, and it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be like, wow, like yeah, whatever you're doing, I want to do it too. And you gotta surround yourself with like-minded people. Just because you had the same mindset as somebody 10 years ago doesn't mean 10 years later y'all still have the same mindset, like, because as we're all on different journeys, we go our separate ways sometimes, and sometimes we are on the same path, sometimes we're not, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that they never were your friend, they were fake, or whatever the case may be. Y'all never, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I swear, it's okay. I don't want to swear, I promise, it's okay. Excuse me. But talk about it Thursday is fun. I love talk about it Thursday because I feel like it's like a midweek pick me up, right? And I really just love spending more time with y'all. For sure. Um yeah. But I took some notes. I like when I take notes, y'all. I wanted to ask a question for sure. And I didn't want to forget. What is it that you've outgrown that you haven't released yet because you're comfortable? We're gonna pause, think about it. Whatever you thought about when I asked that question, that is the answer. Because it seems like sometimes, like, your mind instantly goes to the answer. Like, it's like when you listen to a song, and it's like, oh, whoever that song made you think of, that's the one you love. But this is just like the question. And so, like I said, what is it that you have outgrown, that you know in your heart that you've outgrown, that you just haven't let go of yet? And why haven't you let it go? Like, are you really that comfortable with that? Are you comfortable with being uncomfortable? That's a big thing. We're so comfortable with being uncomfortable that our uncomfortability is the new comfort zone, which is weird, but it is what it is. It's how it works sometimes. Um, we get so these cycles repeat themselves, and so we don't know anything outside of that. But when you're exposed to something new, which you don't get exposed until you surround yourself with different. So you start surrounding yourself with better people. You get out of that environment full of people that think just like you. Sometimes you have to just get out of that environment. Just give yourself a sample of outside of that environment. Start traveling, start doing things, start going places that you've never gone before. Here we are, we're eating at the same restaurants, Ruth Chris, and there's all these other little hidden gems in the city that we're neglecting to expose our palate to because we're so used to this. Why are we used to that? Social media. Get off there if you have to. If your mind is, and you have to be real with yourself. If your mind isn't strong enough to look past what everybody else has going on, where you're not like emotionally tied to these posts that you see, where, oh yeah, I got this business going on, and they struggling. It's okay. You don't even know that because they make it look good. Who's sharing? Honestly, who's just sharing like the real, authentic? There are some people. Don't get me wrong. I don't get me wrong. There are some people that are very transparent, very authentic. Like my cousin that I was talking about, very authentic, very transparent. She don't cut no corners. She shares her journey for real, raw and uncut, and it's so good because it's like that's not normal. You don't see a lot of people on social media saying, "Hey, I had a bad day," and then there's always some like negative Nancy or negative Ned saying, "Oh, why are you telling the internet they can't do anything about it?" Sometimes some people need to know those dips in your journey so that because they can relate to those. If you make it seem like your journey was all perfect and you just kind of, oh, was it hard? I did it. You can do it too. Yeah, I did it, but I had to be broke. Tell them that. Tell them you had no money. Tell them you had no money when you moved out of town. Tell them that. Tell them you was broke. Tell them that you was this close to homelessness. You know? Tell them the truth. You know? And so, I just had a little aha moment. I had an idea, and I'm gonna tell you what the idea was on Sunday. Y'all done beat the mic out the dang on. Stop. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap today's episode up. Guys, I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I have messed up my mic. I will fix it. Um, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Talk About It Thursday. Please, please, please comment, like, and subscribe. No, please do the homework. Let me know what it is that you know that you've outgrown and you haven't released yet. I am looking forward to knowing. And I'm gonna share mine with y'all and I really think about it. I gotta think about it. But cause now I'm just moving and like y'all, I'm not letting anybody or anything hold me back from what God has for me. So whoever got to get out the way, they got to get out the way. Got to go. Pooh. But other than that, I love you guys with my whole heart. I hope you guys enjoy the remainder of your week. Um, Whatever this week looks like for you, give yourself some grace. Give yourself a pat on the back. Celebrate those wins. And I'll see y'all Sunday. Love y'all. Bye.